is, oh, I see. Okay, hang on a second. I know what the answer is. I'm an idiot. How about now? Can you hear me now? I can hear me now, so I don't know if you guys can. I also don't know why I'm hearing myself, but hang on one second. I know what I'm gonna dump out the second camera real quick. Okay, can you hear me now? Nope, can you hear me now? Er. This is not fun. Hey, so what I was trying to do, and somebody say something, can you hear me now? Like right now. Yes, good. Thank you. Okay, so what I was trying to do, and I watched a whole video on this, was to get my second camera also into my stream so that when I run the ghost box, I can go back and forth. And it worked great for the person whose video I watched. And as I said, all I had to do was open up another tab for StreamYard. Yes, now, George, can you hear me now? I hope so because I'm talking and I'm going to feel really foolish if you can't hear me. The person that did this video said just open another tab and then have the other camera on that tab. And then I could have my second camera so that when I do the ghost box, I can have me little and the ghost box big. So that seemed to, for some reason, confuse my microphone, which is unfortunate. So I think what we'll do is we'll test it again. Why not? New year, new things. I really planned it to be a lot more interesting than this tonight, but I'm going to try it again. So first, I'm going to confirm. Can you hear me right now, George? Say yes if you can hear me. And then I'm going to test this. So if you can hear me, type yes in chat. Anybody, type yes in chat. Hi, Michelle, Lisa, George. Sorry, guys. I'm so glad you're here. MarshTube, hey, how are you? Age of Rogerio. It is good to see you. Thank you guys so much. And I'm sorry, but you know what? Sometimes we learn together. Okay, so I'm on here. This is my main StreamYard, whatchamahoozy, and you can hear me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open another tab. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to open another StreamYard tab. And I'm going to basically make another tab with my second camera. And then we're going to try this again. Hold on a second. Okay, so StreamYard. And it just says, okay, so enter broadcast studio. If you lose me, let me know. Give me one moment. Cam, I'm going to put it on the other cam. Audio. I don't want audio on that camera though. So let's see. Well, let's just try this. So we're going to mute this person and we're going to do camera. Just think, if I figure this all out, we'll all know how to do it. Okay, now I'm going to enter the broadcast studio. Hang on. Okay, so now I can. Oh, I know. Okay. All right, here's what I'm trying to do. So here's my second camera. And hey, Chris, can you guys still hear me? Because now I'm hearing me, which is really weird. Oh, you're sweet, Lisa. Thank you. It's the lighting. It's amazing what you can do with lighting. So tell me, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me. Oh. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to do. Let me see. Okay. Close. Close. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I don't even know what that one is. There's all these options. Okay. Anyway, starting again. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. I don't know why I can hear myself, and it's a little weird. I'm not echoing, right? And you only hear me once because I hear me, but I shouldn't, but I do. And it's okay. I hear myself talk enough anyway. Anyway, thank you for being here. Dr. Ray was going to join me, um, but he can't because he started a new job. So I'm very happy for him. I wish I could figure out how to not hear myself. Let me see something. No, I don't want to mute myself. So, yeah, so he's started a new job. I know what to do. Oh, I'm so dumb, you guys. Honestly, don't call me a blonde. As long as you can hear me, it's fine. Anyway, yes, so Dr. Ray started a new job. I'm very excited for him. So, in the future, we're probably going to be live streaming, but at very different times. I might even actually be doing a daytime stream because, he is my partner in crime. There's no echo. Excellent. Woo! Success. We'll see what happens when I turn the ghost box on. Um, he's my partner in crime. We are each other's best sidekicks. And Ray, if you're listening to me, although I know you're just starting work, I miss you, buddy. And we're gonna figure out a good time that we can stream. So who knows? Maybe I'll be doing morning streams at some point. Who knows? Anyway, so that's where Dr. Ray is. But anyway, starting again. Lisa, George, Michelle, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Chris. How are you? I'm so glad you guys are here. I don't know if Tommy Joker is still here, but if he is, hi, Tommy. Um, and Roger, thank you so much for being here. Elaine, thank you so much for sharing me out. You're very sweet. You always do that, and I definitely appreciate it. MarshTube, it's good to see you. I hope you can hear me now. And MarshTube, I am going to start doing some card readings again soon. So yeah, so I'm here. Is it okay to call you Ginger? That's so funny. I'm not a ginger. I'm not a ginger. Ginger. Um, I'm laughing because I joined a club at one point, and the people in the club, the gentlemen in the club, immediately gave me and they called me Amber. And for like 4 years, they called me Amber until I finally left the club. Like, dude, my name is Cynthia. Hello, Roman Biscotti. Hello, Tangi. Good. Do stuff. Do stuff and listen. Boop. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Just got some fun stuff to go over tonight, and whatever you guys want to talk about. And then I have a ghost box set up. Obviously, if you can see the box on that side in my other camera. Um, I'm sorry for that bit of a trial at the beginning, but we figured it out. Kind of. The next hurdle is going to be if I invite a guest up, and we see how that works. So we'll give that a try at some point here. Um, but yeah, so that's the future of live streaming for me and Dr. Ray, um, because I really enjoy live streaming with him. And hopefully this next year is going to be, like a lot more fun things. We have so many things we want to do and places we want to go. So hello, Drone FX. How are you? Long time no see. Well, it's good to see you. I think if you're the drone person I think you are, it is good to see you. It has been a very long time, but a lot of people are coming out of the woodwork again now. We're all kind of coming back to the world, and so I'm very excited. I'm very excited for going forward. So 2021, yeah, let's make this our year. Very excited. I want to get back to doing, cemetery walks. I keep seeing them as I'm like making note of, oh, this one and that one, and oh my gosh, and I enjoy it. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy it, but I do really enjoy doing that. So I want to get back to doing that for sure. For sure. Yeah, March tube. It has been a long time, but it's been a long time. My house flooded in August. It took 3 months or more to get it back together. And thankfully, I didn't lose all my stuff, lost very little of my stuff, lost a radio. We didn't lose any of the cards, lost a bunch of stuff. But it's all back together. I'm in a new spot here as a result. And Steampunk, it is who I thought it was. Okay. Hello. It's good to see you. It's been a long time. Yeah, Lisa, but yeah, over 3 months. But I actually have new decks. They're behind me. Meow, meow. You can't see them. They're right behind my chair. But I have new decks, and I'm excited to start doing that again. So anyway, let me send a message here to somebody. I wanted to. Okay, there. Wanted to do that in case he wanted to come up. Yep. So just I didn't have a lot planned for tonight. I have the ghost box. If you guys want to ask me any questions, we can have just a general paranormal chat. Let's see how. Oh, look at that! I am figuring this out. That's pretty cool. I'm getting better and better at the StreamYard stuff. So I actually like it quite a lot. I don't know if anybody else uses it, but it is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I have the ghost box. I actually, you can see behind me, right? The ghost boxes. Last night, I spent a couple of hours going through every one of these boxes and testing how they worked with the amp, with this little annoying ball speaker, which I can't stand. Um, and then I came to the conclusion that the cable on my amp was bad. I was like, why aren't these radios working? Oh my gosh, what is going on? Thank you, George. Thank you very much. This is my new spot. And if Harvey Ghost Pepper is bothering anybody, let me know. I can shut him off because I know he could be a bit much. But thank you. And you know what? I like the white background now. It's nice. Before I think it was just a little too dark. I'm actually diagonally across from my old studio, and that of course flooded when the house flooded. But yep, we're back in business. So yeah, so tonight I have the ghost box, and I also here's an interesting thing. I was looking for things to talk about tonight because I like to have topics. Like I don't want sometimes I feel like I'm the most boring person on YouTube. And I'm not saying that to get for say, oh, you're not boring, I'm not fishing for compliments. I just feel like sometimes I'm the most boring paranormal person on YouTube. And that might be, that might just be my niche. There's a niche for a seat for every butt, right? And or a butt for every seat. Does that go? I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I'm the most boring person on YouTube sometimes. And so I try to look up a topic and have something to talk about and do with you guys. So I was doing some searching and I came up with, and this was actually very interesting. And I don't know how I came across this. I came across a list of 10 paranormal myths 10 paranormal myths. And the funny thing is, I'm reading them and I'm like, okay, well, all right. And then, I'm kind of like doing that dog face, like, and it's like, I come to the end and realize they're from 2012. So I know that's only 9 years ago. You're sweet, Lisa. Thank you. And you know what? I am my own speed. That's who I am. Nothing more I can do. I can't, I can't do that. I'm just a person who's had paranormal experiences for almost all their life, and I'm here sharing it with you. That's all. Um, but I looked up these myths, and I'm like, oh, they're from 2012, so they're 9 years old. They're 9 years old. So I thought this would be fun to go through because I'm wondering what you guys think about these myths and how it's changed or how we still think they're myths today. Anyway, so The very first one is that paranormal facts exist, that it's a myth that paranormal facts exist. And yeah, I get that. So it says here that the term paranormal applies to anything currently beyond the range of scientific explanation. So the myth was that there were facts, that it was a fact. Well, I guess that's pretty much true, right? Because nobody's ever scientifically proved yet that the paranormal is real, that spirits, that we can actually communicate with spirits. So I guess that that one holds true, but is it, do you think more people maybe believe that there are paranormal, that there it's real now than in 2012? I don't know. But I love this one, number 2. Ghosts only come out at night. Oh, come on. We know, and I know a lot of people ghost hunt at night. And you know why? There's a couple of reasons people ghost hunt at night. It's quiet, right? Most of the world is gone to sleep, and you can hear the sounds, and nobody's generally bothering you at night. I get that totally. And that's, people say, oh, they only do it at night for effect. That's not true. That's not true. Yeah, the people do ghost hunting, and it's a lot of our favorite ghost hunters, even on YouTube. Eric from Epic, and a lot of our favorite ghost hunters on YouTube. They do this at night, and that's why, because most of the world goes to sleep. It's quiet, and you can have a place to yourself. Right now, we know that they don't only come out at night, because when I do my cemetery walks, I almost always go during the day, and I go during the day for a couple of reasons. Number one, I can go into graveyards during the day without bothering anybody, breaking any laws. Most of them are open until dusk if they are still active cemeteries. And I'm obviously not out looking to do something that is illegal or is going to bother anybody. I also go during the day because I happen to believe that if spirits are around, they're always around. It doesn't matter if the sun is out. So it doesn't matter. And so I think, honestly, I think I've only got one video where I've gone to a cemetery at night, and it's a little bit a cemetery on the corner of a very busy road, and it's so old that most of the stones are gone. Okay, and the town owns these properties, but they don't do anything with them. So it's run down, the steps are rotted. Nobody cared that I was there, but I would definitely never go somewhere at night where somebody cared about. My best EVPs happen during the day. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter during the day, in the middle of the day. You can do it any time you want. Yeah, it's nice if it's quiet, so that you can hear, or you can hear the responses, or, you can give it your full attention. Down, like my husband's in the front of the house right now watching TV, so it's like that ambient sound gets in the way. But yeah, does not matter. Okay, number 3. The myth was that there is no physical evidence of Bigfoot. So the myth is, or was, that there isn't evidence. Evidently, there is evidence that people believe. Let me see. While they haven't found any Bigfoots, there's they researchers claim there's quite a bit of physical. Now, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that because I'm not a cryptid person. I'm not a Bigfoot person, but I did not know that there was actual physical evidence of Bigfoots. And I've noticed that at night my evidence seems darker. Um, Interesting. That could be. Who knows? I mean, I've done them during the day and had very dark voices come through. So absolutely, but it's just that's what you got when you did your session. Maybe that's just what's there, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's because it was dark out. Yes. So that's really interesting. I did not know. I also did not know that there was a Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society. Did not know that. I don't know if they're still around. Again, this is from 2012, but they have evidently got some physical evidence like hair and tracks and detritus. That's very interesting. I did not know that. Smurfs are real. No, I don't want to live in a world where Smurfs are real, Roger. Because when I think of the scale of what a Smurf would actually be, big nose, really big hat, and I think that could be problematic, honestly, to have big blue people running around. This is not Avatar. Okay. Only old buildings are haunted. Well, come on. We know. We know that's not true, right? The myth was that only old, decrepit Victorian mansions were haunted. Well, we know that's not true. We know that's not true. Okay, number 5, America's paranormal fascination is new. Okay, so the myth was that it was new, a new thing. You know, we've got the TV shows and yada yada. Hi, Arden Paranormal. How are you? Thanks for coming. So the myth was that it was something new. Well, let's see what this says. Yeah, we got a lot of reality shows, and that seemed like a whole new thing, right? It dates back to the origins of our nation. Actually, oh, so paranormal interest peaked in the mid 1800s. That's interesting. With the introduction of spiritualism, a philosophy that espoused communication with spirits. Oh, wow. Oh, well, we all know the story of Harry Houdini because here it's mentioning Harry Houdini were part of it. Mark Twain was interested in it, and Mary Todd Lincoln. Wow. And they had a lot of seances. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did not know this. This is very interesting. President Teddy Roosevelt wrote of a frontiersman's encounter with a Bigfoot like creature in 1893. 1893. Hi, Tommy. Let me put
How you
my
doing?
here, both you and me. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. Oh my God.
How's everyone doing? Can you hear me?
Oh, it's good to see you. I'm going to dump this other camera. There. Okay. Hopefully you can you still hear me?
Yeah. Can
Oh,
you hear me?
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
good.
doing here. I'm trying. I'm really trying to figure this all out. Going over some myths from what's that noise? Do you hear that? I don't know what that was.
It might have been my phone. The wife keeps texting me.
Oh, that's what it is. You're getting
Yeah,
text. Okay, good.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm going over these myths from
So,
2012. Yeah, I did not realize Teddy Roosevelt wrote about a frontiersman's encounter with a Bigfoot in 1893. Holy moly. So there's old
yep.
Sasquatch stories out there.
Oh, there's a lot of history on Sasquatch.
Wow.
Tons of history, all the way back to the gold miner era,
Oh my,
where
really?
gold miners in the foothills had made several reports of seeing a hairy upright ape-looking man walking through the woods.
Oh
There was actually mines that they actually left and said, "We're not going back there."
oh my gosh. Wow. I
Hmm.
had no idea. But not being a Bigfoot person, that's
Yeah,
not something I knew, you know?
yeah. I'm not a huge Bigfoot person or chupacabra person, but
Right.
I give people their rights to believe what they want to believe. You know, not everyone believes in the supernatural or
Mhm.
paranormal,
Right.
but
Right.
you
That's
know
very
that doesn't mean that they're not. You
what
know,
was that?
it says you're killing me, Smalls, because she's always texting me, so I
I
put
said,
that as my ringtone for her. So
oh, that is funny. Yeah, no, I had no idea, and that's not our niche, you know, but let's
right.
see. Yep,
But like I
Roswell.
said, doesn't mean that people aren't, wrong about it. I mean, you've got the abominable snowman. There's still people that believe
Yeti.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Yeti.
But
There's
wouldn't that be a snow Bigfoot?
snow Sasquatch. That's what I was
Snow
going to say.
Sasquatch.
It's just a Sasquatch from a different climate.
It's a brother from another mother.
Yep.
Some don't believe it. What is that? That's your phone doing that? That clicking
Yeah.
noise? Do you hear it?
Uh-uh.
Do you hear that? You don't hear it?
Uh-uh.
Hang on. Does anybody else hear that? Or is it just me that hears it?
I'm not hearing anything.
That's weird. I hear a weird. Tonight's the weird night, man. Let me see. It's my mic. Why is my mic being bad tonight? I don't understand it. This is the best mic.
What's it clicking?
Yeah,
Like clip? Oh, I just heard that. Was it like a?
I don't. Can you? I have never had a problem with this mic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
That is so weird. I have never ever had a problem with this mic. This is just this is a mess tonight. Holy mackerel. I don't know. I only let me turn off some of this auto stuff. What's echo cancellation?
Yeah, George. That's what I heard too. I heard like a static and a click. I
Yeah.
heard.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, it was when you were playing with your mic. All of a sudden, I heard this.
Oh wow. That is yeah, I hear it and I don't understand what's going on. It's kind of a bummer because I've never ever had a problem with this mic before. It's my mic though. Yeah, I think it's my mic.
Let's see, echo cancellation. I've got on mine.
That's
So
weird. I don't know what's going on. I've never had this problem before with this mic. I love this. You know how much I love this mic, right?
yeah,
But
both mine.
it's definitely my mic. Since you came
Okay,
on my mic. You hear it?
I turned off my echo cancellation just to see if it would still
Hang
be
on a
doing it.
second. I'm gonna mute you just for a sec. No, it's definitely on my end. I think. Can you guys hear me? I get the duct tape. No, I don't think so. Can you guys hear me? Maybe a loose. Can you in chat somebody say whether you can hear me or not? You hear me? You do hear me. Okay, yeah, then it's coming. That's weird. It's when Tommy came in. Yeah, no, it's on your end, Tommy. I don't know what it is though. When I mute you, it goes away. Yep.
Using my, let me see, microphone. Let's see.
What mic are you using?
Can you still hear me now?
I can hear you, but I also what mic are you using?
I was using my AirPod Pros.
Okay.
Okay, so let's put cancellations on. Mic.
Wow, that's weird. It's Morse code. Hello, Betty. Betty Lucky, it's good to see you.
Okay,
Oh my goodness.
couple
Yeah.
things.
Well, here, Tom, I'm going to mute you for a sec. Guys in chat, now tell me, because when I mute Tommy, hi, Claire, I don't hear it. Do you guys hear it? Do you still hear, do you hear me? And do you hear the clicking? So it's two questions. Do you hear me? And do you hear the clicking? It's Tommy's mic. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's your mic, Tom. Do you maybe want to go out and come back in?
That's what I was gonna say. Let me step out and come back
Come
in.
back in. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I think it's his mic. I don't use the mic on it's so cold, Betty. It's so cold. I want winter to go away. I don't like it. Oh, it was mild and I was really enjoying the mild. I really was. So, anyway, let's see if Tommy comes back in and we'll figure out hopefully I hope he figures out his mic. Okay, here he is. Okay. Ooh. I wonder what that is. Hey, Cassie. Can you have a different mic you can use?
Actually, right now I'm using the laptop microphone, which normally is crystal clear.
Okay, maybe it'll stop then. I hope so. It
Or
was worse
it
there right
could be
when
a
we logged in, but
StreamYard thing too.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Hey, Cynthia. Or hey, Cassie. Sorry, I was reading where she said, "Hey, Cynthia."
Look, oh, it's a chilly 66 degrees. Ugh, it's a lot colder
Oh, I
here.
wish it was 66 degrees.
So
I'd
do
be
I.
outside in jorts. I'd
Absolutely.
be out riding around the neighborhood in the golf cart. Jeez.
Oh my. Hey, Yvonne, Spirit Stalker, how are you? We're just trying to figure out an issue with Tommy's mic. Ooh, that is so weird.
I was
I
gonna
don't know.
say it's.
I don't know what would be causing it though.
Let
It
me
doesn't.
go
It
back
sounds
and.
like a loose wire, but there's no wire.
All right, I'm gonna go back and.
You know, there's no wire. So I wonder what that is. Because if I mute you and I'm muting you again, then we don't hear it anymore. So it's coming from your end, but I don't know why. Oh, thank you, Cassie. Thank you so much for sharing me out. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oops. Oh, you muted yourself. I can't un I can't unmute you. Why can't I unmute you? Thank you, Cassie. I appreciate it. I can't unmute you, Tom. Your mic's not it says your mic's not connected. Yeah, it's a head scratcher. Yep. Oh, he'll go out and he'll come back in. So anyway, we'll wait for Tom to come back in. But anyway, so the next myth from 2012 is that aliens are little green men in flying saucers. Oh, that was a myth? Let me bring it back. Are you there?
I'm hopefully here and less problems. This is
Well, you're here. What did you do?
I went through and shut off my mic and camera from
Mhm.
down in the corner,
Uh-huh.
and then I went and unmuted everything. And
Huh. Well, so far so good.
okay,
Okay, so
well,
far so
evidently it was a StreamYard problem where it was.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
That's
It's
so
weird.
weird. I know, but you know what? I'm just learning this, but I have to say I really do like StreamYard a lot.
Oh,
So
I love StreamYard. I
I'm telling
love
you,
it.
very smooth, loud, deep voice. Yeah, you sound good now. You sound good. Yeah, no, I'm learning, and I actually keep like watching their live streams and try to learn more. But yeah, no, I like it because I had a big problem back when I was using the one that starts with a Z, Zoom. I could never see how my picture is clear right now.
Yeah, it's crystal clear.
It never was. And for almost a year, I went back and forth with them to try to figure out why um, my streams were never clear. And it drove me nuts and they couldn't figure it out. So this is
Yeah.
just like, you know what? So
Yeah,
anyway,
Zoom. A lot of people were complaining about that their camera looked clear on their side, but
yep.
yet on the recording of it, it was blurry.
Yes.
And a lot of people have been complaining about that.
And I don't understand it. When it uploads, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible,
Yep.
so you don't want that.
Well, that could be it. It could be one of the codecs that they're uploading through Zoom that
Yeah,
causes that.
it is, and I know that I actually almost bought a new camera.
Hmm.
What is going on? Yeah, your kid uses Zoom and it sucks. I,
Yep.
I mean, I loved their customer support. They tried and tried and tried. They were awesome. They were really went out of their way, but they couldn't figure it out. And I think you're right when you're talking about the codecs. If
Yeah.
you guys aren't understand um,
when
computers.
when you record on the computer and then you upload onto YouTube, it has to go through a codec where YouTube processes Zoom and puts it in YouTube's resolution, whatever
Right.
their resolution uses. So
Mhm.
somehow between Zoom and YouTube, there's some kind of codec that is not agreeing, and it's causing everything to get blurry and hazy looking.
And
That
they
was a
couldn't.
lot of the people were saying it was hazy.
Hazy, terrible. I
Hmm.
mean, if you look at my streams from it, I mean,
Yeah,
they would upload, and we know when things upload, they get knocked down. We know that.
right,
Okay, that's a given. But I went back and forth with them, like, well, look, I'm in 1080, and I know it's
right.
going to go to 720, but it shouldn't go to 360. I mean, come
So,
on.
so did you get the professional, or are you using the middle version?
Uh,
Because the middle version of StreamYard is only 720, and then
okay.
1080 on the professional version.
I only know what I'm paying per month. Would that give us a hint?
Was it the 25 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you've got 780 is what you're actually recording at.
Seven,
Or
seven,
yes,
760,
720.
720,
Sorry,
720.
720. 720.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I mean that's enough for me. That was more than I was paying with Zoom, but I
Right.
love it. Well, I mean, I'll have to look at my live streams, but I think that they've still been head and shoulders better.
I'm trying to get Gage to give us the 1080 for the price that we're paying. We should get the 1080. He's on the fence.
You
Him and
saw
the
the
other
news
guy.
today, right? You saw the news
Uh-uh.
today with Hoppin.
Uh-uh.
Hoppin acquired StreamYard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's
Ah,
going to be interesting to see what happens because I don't know what Hopin is. I haven't used them before, but they look more like Zoom to me.
right.
And we're going to have to see what happens with the structure. So who
Mm.
knows? I mean, maybe it'll be good. Maybe we'll get the 1080p.
Yeah, I don't know. I like StreamYards, and if you've
Hmm.
ever had any technical difficulties and you deal with Nadine, she's awesome.
Yeah,
Like
I love
when
it.
my father-in-law passed away and we had to cover the final expenses, I couldn't renew. So I let them know. I said, I'm supposed to renew. I'm not going to be able to because we got to cover final expenses. And
Right.
she's like, okay. She's like, I'll give you 2 weeks of the premium, even though you're over. She's
Oh.
like, and then when you come back, you just pay the 200 for the full year instead of 240. And I
Mhm.
was like, cool.
That's nice.
So
So I have the one that's 720. What do you have?
mhm.
The next one?
No, I have the same thing.
Same one.
I
Okay.
have the same thing. Now they give you a trial every now and then to try the professional,
Mm-hmm.
and I did 2 weeks worth of streams at 1080, and it's a big difference. It
Yeah.
really is a big difference.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't think it was, but everyone on the stream was like, "God, you're so clear," and I'm like,
oh,
"Yeah,
that's
that's not a good
nice.
thing."
Yes,
But
it is.
you could see all that gray.
Oh, that's all right. Hi, Fallen Angel. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. No, that's cool. If they ever give me a chance to check it out, I guess
Yeah,
I will check it out and see if it's worth it. Because that was my big bugaboo,
yeah,
was that every time we streamed, it looked
yeah.
great while we were on. And then I would see, and I know within a day it's not, but even down the road, the uploads were like, ugh.
Right. There's a workaround to get it in 1080 using OBS, but it's
Don't even go there.
yeah,
Don't even go there.
it's a lot of headaches. It is a
You know,
lot of headaches because
and I had
you
my
have to
OBS
stream it
headache.
on here. You have to
Uh-huh.
stream it on here and then revert it back to stream onto OBS
Oh
and then
no.
use OBS as your uploader.
Oh no.
So yeah.
I had my OBS headaches. It's great. In fact, I'm using it now when I record my
Hmm.
videos, here, and it's great.
Right.
But I tried, and it's also great OBS if you're just
Right.
you on the stream. But figuring out how to have somebody else come in and have everybody hear them and you hear them, I downloaded the virtual cable A, the virtual
Right.
cable B, the voice
Yep.
meter.
I remember working with you through that. Yeah, it's
Well,
OBS is great for using it for your like your
really
videos,
cool. Yep.
your green screen. I like it for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to put my chat up, like now how I do it is I'll have my little pop out chat from YouTube, and it
Right.
shows on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So and I had to do that during the time when I was having some legal issues with family members
Right,
so
right,
that I could show, because as soon as I
right.
block you, it takes you off the chat.
Oh, okay.
So at
Right,
least if I could have it show on the screen, that
right.
means it recorded there. So then if I delete it, I
Sure.
still have proof of what they said and what they
Yeah.
did.
No, it's a great program. It really is.
Yeah.
Hi, through the veil. How are you? Thanks for coming.
But
We
yes,
were talking about
not
this.
good for dual streams.
No, and oh my gosh, I was really bummed because used it on my own and I was like, oh, it's beautiful. Look at all the scenes and all the things I can do. And then it was like, wah, wah, wah.
Now, their OBS is still working on taking the things that everyone loves from StreamYards and Zoom and
Mhm,
XSplit, and they're trying to come up with a new version of OBS
mhm.
made specifically for streamers that want, like if somebody subscribes to you, it pops up on the top of the screen, so and
Yeah,
so subscribed,
yeah.
or somebody
I don't
does
know
a
how
super
people do
chat.
it. I
It
watch people do it with the coins and
They do Streamlabs, and
yeah.
Streamlabs is just, it's too much.
Arden, it doesn't like me either at all.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Citizen Z, how are you?
Hey
No,
Z, how you
and you know
doing?
what? Like I said, I streamed with it and it was awesome. I filmed with it and it was awesome. I streamed and invited Dr. Ray and we went to heck in a handbasket
Oh
just
God.
like that. No,
Yeah, I see we
I
got a
mean,
lot in chat saying the same thing. OBS a nightmare. OBS doesn't like me.
oh my gosh. No, it was, a sad day because I was like desperate. I'm like, why can't I figure this out? I'm not a moron. I should be able to do this. I'm in Mensa for God's sake. And I was like,
Hmm.
"Ah," and I couldn't. It's like I threw in the towel. I was like, you know what? I'm done. Hey Joe, how are you? Oh, he loves OBS. I need more
I
OBS.
love it too. It's just that I haven't. I think honestly, if I sat down and I spent a couple weeks using it, and I use it every time I stream, but I use
Mm-hmm.
it as an add-on. So my top screen, I've got my OBS, and then my bottom screen has my StreamYards.
How do
So
you're using both of
yeah,
them?
yeah.
Oh,
So
now you're making my
basically,
brain hurt.
I use the virtual cam in StreamYard. So
Yeah.
basically, what that means is that StreamYard's picking up what my OBS is detecting. So that's why my green screen and all that's controlled by OBS. Uh, like
Mhm.
my videos that I show, that's all controlled by OBS.
Oh, I don't even know how to do that. I don't even
Yeah,
know how I haven't gotten there. I don't know how to show people videos.
right. But
I
with the
I've
OBS, I can't have Fire Sarge or CF or anyone else on.
exactly.
So I have to have the
Nobody can hear
OBS.
them.
Right. So I have OBS to do some of the features, and then because I don't really care for the green screen on here, because
Mm,
you don't have any control over certain things like sizing and stuff like that.
I
On
haven't even tried
OBS,
it.
I can make myself smaller, and I can make my green screens bigger or smaller, so that it shows
Mm,
more.
mm.
On here, you can't. It's just a background. Boom, you're done. So being a Scorpio, we love control of things, so I have to have that little bit of control up there,
Hello,
you
fellow
know.
Scorpio. Okay, I was
Exactly.
like ready to like throw it all
Exactly.
out the
We have to have
window,
some
trying to
control over
figure
this
out.
stuff.
Oh yes, it was terrible, but it was really a bummer. Like I
Yeah,
said, I downloaded the virtual cable A, the virtual cable
yeah.
B, the voice meter,
You
and
had all the right stuff, but
I
yeah,
know, but I tried it connecting it every which way I possibly could, and obviously I just missed that 1 in 14
yep.
million
I
possibilities.
finally got it to work, but much like you, I spent a week going, why can't I get this to work? And
Yeah,
then finally,
you were
I
pulling your
was
hair
talking
out.
to somebody, and the guy says, "Well, click this and click that." And what it was is, you got to have A for one and B for the
Oh,
other, and then to be able to hear them in the microphone, you have to have up
voice
in
me.
the top right corner, you got to have A and B both selected.
Yeah.
So it was just my own stupidity that was causing it.
Maybe I'm just getting old, but I just don't want it to be so over and
I
tell me.
I just want simplicity in my life, you know. Just give
Oh,
me some simplicity.
you know what? So I don't have little bells and coins twirling, and I just don't, people. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, OBS
Get
did
a
team
couple
up with
coins, I'll throw 'em in the
Streamlabs.
air.
OBS and
Whatever
Streamlabs
that is.
teamed up and did one, and it has all those features.
I know, because if you watch Green Bay Wacky, I don't know if you ever watched
Yep,
Green Bay Wacky, he's got ding, ding, ding,
yep.
ding, and then somebody does something and it pops up on the screen. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Oh, look, somebody subscribed.
From
It's like,
what I
hey.
understand, you can do it in OBS. You just got to have the right add-ons.
Oh,
And I just,
and
if I spent a couple weeks playing with it, I probably could get it and be good to go.
there we go. I forgot to put our names on. I just, hey, you know what? Old dog, new tricks, getting there. Okay. It's lots of fun. Anyway, Joe Vitale, thank you so much for coming in. It's good to see you. StreamYard is better for having others on with you. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. Like I said, I had a Zoom subscription for about a year. Tried. But this is I like this a lot. I like this a lot.
Right.
So
This is more friendly, I think. Zoom,
it is. It is.
Zoom, if you've got a bunch of people, then yeah, it's a little nicer because the
Yeah.
way that it doesn't allow overtalk, which is one of the things that's nice about Zoom if you've got like a bunch of people. But
Yeah.
you could have up to 10 people on here, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And that's the thing, everybody. Oh, Peak of Otter, hello. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I know with Zoom, like, oh, you could have 99 people. I'm like, I don't ever want to have 99 people. So it's not really a selling
right.
point for me, But it was the first one that I went to when the old Google Hangouts went away. We all went somewhere, right? We all kind of scattered, and one went this and one went that. And that's where I went. And it was good. But like I said, over a year, could not figure out that blurriness, and it drove me crazy. So this is far and away better. Anyway, back to our myths. And I'm going to look at this one, guys, because all right, so this was a myth in 2012. This made the top 10 myths, paranormal myths. And the myth was that aliens are little green men in flying saucers. This was the myth. Okay, so I would like to know, Google Hangout still exists, but it will be leaving. Yeah, I think it's only for it's something. I don't know. We couldn't use it anymore the way we used to. I know that. So, okay, let's see. Aliens are little green men in flying saucers, and that was a myth. So evidently, aliens were not. Actually, the most popular aliens are little gray men,
Hmm.
according to believers. The grays are the archetypes when discussing alien encounters. So I thought little green men was the most popular thing, but now the grays are the creatures. They supposedly have large black buggy eyes,
Yep.
slit for a mouth on their oversized noggin. Literally, the word noggin. This might have been someone's blog. I don't know.
There you
However,
go. There you go. Tangi put up the alien. That's what they're
there,
supposed to
see,
look like.
and
There
it's
you go.
true, but they're green. But
There
they're
you
green,
go.
not gray. Okay, now I heard something the other day. Somebody was talking in a live stream, and they were saying that the green ones are more friendly, and the gray ones are less
More
friendly,
devious. More
more
devious.
analytical. I guess they're the probe meisters. Okay, let's see. Aggressive reptilians. Oh, wait a minute. Now I may take offense. However, aggressive reptilians and blonde-haired Nordic humanoids have also been reported by eyewitnesses. Hang on a second. People, I am a blonde-haired Nordic humanoid. What are they
Are you an
talking about?
alien?
No, I'm a human. I'm a blonde-haired Nordic human. What's a blonde-haired Nordic humanoid?
They look
I haven't.
human.
Are they talking about my ancestors?
I think
Are they
so.
are they talking about Thor? That's so weird. Blonde-haired
Boy,
Nordic.
Thanksgiving's got to be interesting at your house.
Well,
You
it
want to cut
doesn't.
the turkey? I'll probe it.
I just want to know what blonde-haired Nordic humanoids are. They're aliens, an alien species of blonde-haired Nordic humanoids. That's really weird. What did he say?
What if
All men are gray here with the citizen. I'm Finnish. If anybody's wondering why I'm laughing, I'm Finnish, and Finns are Nordic people.
actually Tangi just said it? I was gonna say, what if we found out that we're actually the aliens? We're
Oh.
not the true humans. Mm.
Now
Hmm.
you're confusing me. Well, who were then? You mean we made the Bigfoots go into hiding?
Maybe astro projection is
Oh,
our alien transportation.
oh no. Are we going to the Matrix again? Does the Matrix have you, Tommy?
Well, no, but when you think about it, when we die, we go to an energy form, and there's actually some groups that believe those energy forms are what the alien's true form really is, a glowing ball.
Well, that's
So
interesting.
who's to say, you know?
Angie, she's been. Oh no, I'm Swedish. Oh well, you're Lisa. Then you're Scandinavian,
The
you're Scandinavian, but Finns are Nordic people. But we're close. Oh, the rabbit holes we could get into. But instead, Tangi will make coffee. You can go down the rabbit hole, or you can have some Java. Which would you like? Rabbit hole, Java. Okay. So let's see. As for flying saucer part, ufologists claim we should add flying crescents, cigar-shaped crafts, triangular ships, and a V-shaped craft to the classic flying saucer motif. Okay, the V-shaped craft. You know what? Back in the 50s and the 40s, when people thought that they saw UFOs, a lot of times they thought they were V-shaped. And what do we all know those were now?
Mm,
Yeah, the bomber that we ended up with. So,
yep,
uh-huh.
stealth bombers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now
Okay. Number.
I've seen something that I still till today I can't explain.
Mm-hmm.
It was mine and my wife's anniversary. We were coming back from the comedy club. I only drank
Mm-hmm.
2 beers, so it wasn't being drunk. But as we're coming down the road, we're looking up over our town from about 15 miles away, and I see this bright light, and I'm watching it. And I was like, you know what? If that was a plane, it would be getting closer. We've been watching it for a while. About that time, it goes, and there's 2 lights now.
Oh
And I'm just
wow.
looking at it and I'm like, honey, are you seeing that? And she's like, yeah. So I grabbed the phone and started recording. As soon as I started recording, both of them scattered different directions.
Oh, bummer.
I had it on my YouTube, but unfortunately, the last time I got put in jail for 30
Mm.
days, they wiped my account and it's gone. And that's the only
Oh,
place I had it. Yeah,
oh.
my
So
buddy
what?
Bobby, he watched, well, you know who Bobby is, CFAM4.
Oh
On
yeah.
my channel. He
Yeah.
watched it and he's like, yeah, if you look, they both go different directions at the same
Oh
time and
man.
disappear.
Because I can tell
I
you there's probably about 10 million people that would probably love to see that
yeah,
video. Oh
yeah,
my
it was
god.
crazy because it was what it looked like. It looked like because my house is right by an airport. So
Mm.
what it looked like is a lot of times we'll have the Life Star from the hospital,
Sure, the
and it's got
helicopters.
that super bright white light on it. But
Yeah.
that thing moves like 300 miles an hour. So if it was coming, it would be coming at us. It was like just hovering in one spot. And then
Mhm.
when it split to 2 of the same bright lights, that's when I was like, okay,
Weird. Wow.
something's up here. And the
That
wife,
would have
had she not seen it, and I wouldn't have been recording it to live on Facebook,
been
I wouldn't have believed what I saw.
I would have loved to see that. So number 7, no one still believes in vampires. That was the myth. The myth was that nobody believed in vampires anymore. There were UFO reports, but they found out the military was using the Lockheed F-117 and the SRs. Yes, and that's
Yep.
what I'm talking about. So, you know, we're seeing the future, people. No one still believes in vampires. The myth was that no one believed in it. So that means that people did believe in them.
I
Okay,
don't.
let's see. So
I
in
don't
2000,
believe that.
in 2012, this folklore enjoyed a nice comeback, but I think there was a good reason for that. Oh, they said Indian politicians placed a $2,000 bounty on vampires sucking the blood from villagers' cattle in the town of Dharampuri in Tamil Nadu. Wow. Um, which called to mind the 2004 exhumation and subsequent staking of a corpse in Maritino de Sus, Romania. Oh my goodness. But you know what? They're right, because around this time, right, the Twilight movies, the True Blood TV show, and that stuff is on. Of course they want everybody to be like, "Woo, woo." Yeah.
I'm with
Hey,
I'm with you, Spirit Stalker. The
what happened?
mainstream media is the vampires. They just suck the
All
mood
right.
out of us.
Hey, Stefan. Thank you. I had a lovely, quiet Christmas and New Year. We gingerly tiptoed into the new year around here, but it's good to see you. Thanks so much. Vampires are known to suck. Oh dear. Okay, so that was the myth, and I think that, yeah. I mean, it says there are subcultures of people who think they're vampires. I don't think so. I think you get awful hungry. So, number 8, the myth: modern zombies are supernatural. Okay, so this was a myth. So, the myth was that zombies are supernatural, as opposed to zombies not being supernatural, I guess.
Mm,
Term zombie has been in use for well over a century. And before 1968, and I don't know why that year is specific, applied to seemingly soulless slaves created by voodoo magic. After 1968, when George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead was released, the term was forever changed. So he redefined the zombie, didn't he? And that was quite a movie. Not as bad as House of a Thousand Corpses, but one of the hardest movies to watch. Thank you, Rob Zombie. It's a castle in Scotland where Bram Stoker got the idea on. The
yep.
writer got the idea. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a hotel in Colorado where Stephen King, oh my God, I just blanked on his
Yeah,
name, got the idea for The Shining. I had an ex-hubby that acted like a
they
zombie.
actually state that the the zombie is basically a person that its brain stem is still functioning, but the actual brain itself is no longer functioning. So with your brain stem, you could still have some motor skills, but no
Mhm.
conscience.
Well, you know what's interesting about this myth here? So the myth was that zombies were supernatural, but what they're saying is here is zombies are not supernatural.
No, no, they're not.
Zombies, according to some dude named Matt Mogg, Mogk, Mogg, Matt. Matt said, oh, he was from the Zombie Research Society. Did you know that existed?
Hmm.
Said the modern zombie is a relentlessly aggressive, reanimated human corpse driven by a biological infection. Somebody watched too much. What was that movie called? Not Doom. What was it called?
Resident Evil.
Yes,
Yeah.
somebody sat through too many showings of Resident Evil.
Actually, Z, you're pretty close on that. That drug Flocka did turn people into almost
Zombies.
zombie-like. They were like attacking and biting people, and yeah,
Ooh, that's
yeah, he's
nasty.
actually onto something.
Well, this is in so supernatural vampires, mummies. Oh, now we're throwing mummies into it. Nordic draugrs, Draugrs. What the heck is a drauger? Is that the Nordic blonde humanoids we're talking about?
So
It's
now,
getting,
so now you're, so
it's getting better and better. Now I'm a drauger.
yeah, You're
I
an
can't.
alien. You're an alien mommy.
No, and all
Cynthia
and
the
all
alien mummy.
and all revenants need not apply for punch with this bunch. Who wrote this? Oh my gosh. Don't be picking on mummies. It's not their choice. Oh my gosh. I've seen some videos of people that were
I
ew.
have too. It's
Zombie
crazy.
versus zombie. What was that game, right? Zombies versus no, it was a game, right? You played the game. It was zombies versus something. It was very funny.
Well, they
Zombie
got
versus
zombies versus aliens, which
yeah.
that game's kind of goofy.
Okay, let's see. Oh, here. Oh, this is a good one. So number 9, skeptics and believers don't get along. But that was a myth because evidently we did.
Some do, some don't.
Let's
I've
see.
had some people get pretty belligerent when I tell about my experience, my near death
Mhm.
experience and what I saw. And they tell me, I'm effing nuts, that it's just the medicine. And it's like, okay, whatever, you
Right.
know.
Zombies versus cockneys. Oi, oi, what you doing? There are actually many skeptics involved in the paranormal community, and they are normally welcomed by investigative groups. When the two groups operate together, skeptics can assist in disproving misidentified phenomena. Yes, very helpful. If something cannot be disproven, it then leads believers closer to a possibly legitimate experience. Well, that's the nature of a theory. And the whole theory that we work under in the paranormal is that we can communicate. It's a
Mhm.
theory. And theory is something that it's like Schrodinger's cat. It's dead and alive at the same time. It's proven and disproven because it's neither. That's a
Right.
theory. Right. So that's the nature of a theory. Right. Nobody believes you. Well, you know what, Lisa? Even if it has happened to you, nobody believes you unless it happens to them.
Right.
And then they get to experience nobody believing them.
Well, there's some people that do believe, like,
Yeah.
Flesh didn't see what I saw in that nursing home, but
Hmm.
he saw the look on my face and he
Yeah.
saw my whole demeanor change
Right.
and the shock in my face. He saw that. He
Oh, that's
knew
so
that I saw
strange.
something. He's like, just
Yeah.
your whole expression changed. You got white looking in the face. He's like,
Right.
your eyes like went, you know. So he
Hmm.
knew, he saw me see something, and he
Yeah.
believed it just because of the reaction he saw from me. I didn't even know I made a reaction. I was just like looking, and my brain's
Hmm.
trying to process, why am I seeing an old man walking down the hallway? And
Wow.
why did the light just go through this old man from the window?
Hmm.
So it was like
Hmm.
my brain was trying to process, is this a cop? Is there someone in here with us? You know, because like when you first see something like that, your brain's not, your first thought is not, Scooby Doo, ghost. It's like you're trying to rationalize. You're trying to rationalize what you're
Yeah.
saying, seeing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then it hits you all of a sudden, and you're like, I just saw something that I shouldn't have been able to see, and then I ran right
Hmm.
to it,
Hmm. And then
But
it's gone.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of people, they don't believe I saw what I saw,
That's
but
it.
they
I
don't
mean,
have to.
my husband is a skeptic and he
Right.
still is a skeptic, except that a couple of years ago he had an experience that he still continues to try to rationalize. We
Hmm.
have driven back to the spot where this happened to him on the road. I can't tell you how many times in different situations, coming from different directions, headlights on, high beams on, trying to figure out why he saw what he saw. And he
Hmm.
will tell you, I am a sentient human being. I know what I saw. But why did I see that? There has to be a
Right.
reason, but he knows what he saw. And here's Arden Paranormal says, I had a spirit attachment 3 years ago. What was that like? And how did you get rid of it? I would be interested to know, Arden, if you want to
Yeah.
share it with us. But yeah, so this is saying that the paranormal community appreciates skeptics and they say host of darkness paranormal believers are not at war with the skeptic nation. Of course not.
Mm-mm.
And he embraces their input because he'd rather be taken seriously when findings are reviewed. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. That's why part of why when I do ghost box sessions, a lot of people will annotate everything they hear, and I
Mhm.
don't, because if it's not something that's an answer to a question I asked, or it's not something that stands out that comes through, I'm not going to annotate it. But I always ask
Right.
people to let me know what they heard. I saw my dad's ghost, and it was like a delayed reaction. Strange.
Exactly, Stephanie. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly how it is. It's a
Mm-hmm.
delayed reaction. Like
Mm-hmm.
what we're having now here, Carrie was like freaked out because we were laying in bed the other morning, and my dog, when she was alive, she would curl up behind my knees and then she would lick herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm laying in bed and I wake up and I can feel that movement.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I
Right.
said, I looked at her and I said, she's in bed with us. And she's like, what? And I was like, she's behind my knee. And about that time, I felt the bed move. And she just looked at me and just got like ghost white face because she realized she moved towards her and she
Oh.
felt the bed too. And it's one of those
Mm-hmm.
things where,
Yeah.
we couldn't see the comforter moving, but you could clearly feel the paw prints.
Yep.
You could feel when an animal's walking on the bed.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
stuff like
Yes.
that still is
Oh.
somebody going to believe it? Some will,
No.
some won't. And those
I can
that
tell you
don't,
that they won't. They
and
absolutely won't.
right, and those that don't, it's fine. You don't have to believe it, but don't look at me and think I'm an idiot or nuts for what I experience.
Well, that's
You
why a
know.
lot of us who've had these experiences for most of
Hmm.
our lives are very careful about who we share things with. Although I found as I've gotten older that the more people I share it with or want to hear more about it, but I've always been very careful about it. There are a few that believe in when Arden says it came from one of my ex's flatbed tow trucks that he owns, and it was taken away by astral projection from a friend of mine. Oh wow. There are
Oh,
very
wow.
few that believe in paranormal possession, as people just think you're crazy and get locked till they levitate or talk a different language. Even some priests don't believe. I'm not sure what that means. It was a weird experience. I heard something in my head referring to the friend who got rid of it for me, and it is not something I would ever think of my friend. That's when I knew. So the spirit came from your ex's flatbed tow truck, maybe from a car he towed or something.
Maybe
I also
somebody that died in the accident and they were still
maybe,
attached to the car.
yeah. Wow. Woo.
Hmm.
I saw a ghost in the graveyard and tried to get closer to her, but as I got near, she simply faded away. Yeah, they don't stick around. Cynthia, I sent you my story. I was a preteen. I had a very unhappy spirit speak. Yeah, Lisa, I think your video is still on my channel. I tried to do that series with people sending. I wanted people to write me letters, real letters about their experiences, and I was going to make a video for each person and read their letters. But you and Tangi were the only ones that ever sent me letters, and Tangi's I shared on a live stream. So, but yes, that's all going back a while now when you sent me that letter. Uh, yeah. So
See,
yeah,
when I
possession. Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
go in to do an like a investigation, um, I go in with one thing in mind: how many of these can I disprove?
Mm-hmm.
So when I
Mm-hmm.
go in, I don't go in to prove that what they had happen happens. I go
Mm-hmm.
in to disprove it. Brandon's cousin, we went to their house on, um, I think it was day before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We went to his cousin's house, and they had, you know, problems with like the lampshade moving, the chandelier moving,
Mm-hmm.
the punching bag in the ceiling in the attic moving.
Mm.
And I went in and I was able to disprove two of the three right away because
Mm-hmm.
there was a vent underneath one of the lamps and it was
Mm.
rocking when the
Yep.
furnace would come on. The second one, there was a air intake vent up by the chandelier. So as the air was going back in, it was causing a suction and causing the lamp to move or the chandelier to move.
Yep.
The punching bag took me a little longer, but I didn't actually get to disprove that until I got home and watched the footage. And what it was is as you walk around with the night vision, the night vision creates a shadow where the bag is. And as you're moving, it gives the appearance that the bag is swaying.
Oh, okay.
So after
Okay.
watching the video, I was able to disprove that.
Mhm.
Now, there were
Mhm.
some things that happened that I couldn't disprove,
Mhm.
but I go in and the first thing I want to do is I want to try to disprove as many of the accounts as possible,
Sure.
and then I can focus on what I can't disprove.
Right, right. And that makes sense. That
And the
makes sense.
problem is, too many people, and I'm not putting him out in a bad way, but too many people like him go in and they believe that right away when they see those things. And the problem is when people do that, they actually they put a bad light on people like us that do believe in paranormal, that
Yeah.
do want to investigate.
Though they
So
want to believe it. They
they
want to
they
believe
want to
it.
believe it so bad that they will put their credibility on the line. I
Mm.
myself, I won't put my credibility on the line until I've caught some evidence.
Right, 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 right. I've had these experiences since I was a little girl, and I'm actually um, writing a book. I'm putting it together in a book finally. In fact, I'm up to the fourth chapter now. My goal is to have the whole thing written by the end of February so that I can do the first big edit. But I've decided enough's enough. As you get older, you start to think, what am I leaving behind? And I think, I've always wanted to write something, and this is
Mhm.
going to be one of the things I leave behind. Stefan says, I've heard knocks and coughs in my house. What I know is dad. The time I was freaked out was when the door opened by itself. And that that will freak you out. That will freak you out. But when you get a sense that you know who it is,
Mhm.
that sometimes that's nice. It's good, and it gives you a feeling of like, oh, they're visiting me at least. I've
See,
never
we
seen
laugh about stuff like that because, like, we'll be sitting here and the windows are closed. In my house, my neighborhood's really quiet, and it's like this time of year, and we're sitting here watching TV, and we go to fast forward to a commercial, and we hear a sneeze, and it's only me and her here. Neither one of us sneeze, but you could hear a sneeze in the back room.
somebody
So,
sneezing. Yeah.
so me, I'm just so calm with it. I'm like,
Silly.
bless you, you
Oh,
know. And
oh
we'll
no.
laugh about it. We'll laugh
Yeah.
about it. But it's one of those where it's kind of weird when that happens. The first
Well, it
couple times you're
is.
like, "What the hell was that?"
When something really happens to you,
Hmm.
it's I mean, it's been so long for me that I react differently. But when you're younger or at whatever point in your life and it happens all of a
Hmm.
sudden, it's very disconcerting. It's very because we like to be in control of our environment, especially Scorpios, but we like to be in control of our world and we think we are. And sometimes we're not. And so it throws us a little bit. But as time goes by, you're like, hello. I mean,
Hmm.
it's a very different. Joker, a friend of mine said his house was haunted with banging, etc. I checked it out and found out it was the pipes in the basement making the noises.
Yep.
Oh yes, well, we all know the pipes in our house can definitely do that.
Yep.
Got photos of mists in my house. Very interesting. Wow. You will buy it, Lisa. Thank you. At least I'll sell one copy. Well, my mother will buy a copy too. So,
Right.
well, I'll probably give my mother a copy. But
Yeah.
yes, I
I've
am.
actually heard pipes actually groan, and it
Oh,
was an old steam boiler system, and all
that's
of a
it.
sudden
Yeah.
we're in the building, and you hear, hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, the hell was that? And we listened and listened and finally went and found it was okay, Bearded Prince. Um
Hello.
okay.
Let's all
But
have a good time. Star signs are bollocks. Oh, I don't know. We're not talking about star signs. But
no,
yeah, no, I grew up in New York City.
yeah.
Steam heat.
Yep, you know
It's
all
the
about it
best.
then.
It's the
Old
best heat
boiler
though.
systems or
It's the
the old
best heat.
radiators.
It is the
Yep.
best heat. The best heat. Oh yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
no. Yeah, so I'm working on that book, and like I said, hopefully sometime by the end of the year, then I'll figure out how to publish it. Um So yeah, so we were on zombies, and that was fun, and skeptics. So
Yep.
yes, so the last one I found very funny because, like I said, this was from 2012, and this myth was that the paranormal is bad for business, and they consider that a myth. So I'm thinking now, I don't know how long these reality shows have been on TV. Reality shows and paranormal shows have been on TV, but evidently this was considered a myth because it became not bad for business. Let's see what it says here. What does it say? Even if the phenomenon is unexplained, the business world is a big believer in paranormal tourism. So that was a myth because it became very popular. And we all know, of course, now you see ads. We see ads all the time anyway,
Mm-hmm.
obviously in our feeds because of how we're involved in it. But I'm constantly barraged with emails about, come to this hotel and buy this tour and come and see ghosts. It's funny. Couple of years ago, uh, Ray, when Dr. Ray and I were on our annual Gettysburg trip, there was this little museum, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was supposed to be a paranormal museum. And I do air quotes for a reason. We
Mm-hmm.
went in, the lady's like, oh, pay a couple of dollars and she'll take us on the tour. So we paid a couple of dollars each. And when we went upstairs in the same building, they're old buildings, obviously, 1800s, and they had all this stuff set up in the different rooms, and then they had a mirror with a cover over it. She goes, and this is a haunted mirror, you don't want to look in it. And of course, Ray, he's like, I want to look in the mirror.
Oh, geez.
So she was giving us her script and everything, and at one point she realizes, she's like, wait a minute. And we're like, yeah, we're nobody special, but we're not, your
Right.
average. So we started talking to her on a whole different level, and it was actually very funny, and we did enjoy it. But Ray didn't get to look in the mirror.
Well, I mean, when you look at different places, like, look at, Kentucky. You've got the place there that, it was run down, it was on the verge of being tore down, and somebody investigates it and got a lot of paranormal, and now look, it's $1,000 for 10 people to go there for 8 hours.
What place is that? Hi, Gary W.
Uh,
Thanks for
uh,
coming.
I just
Is
drew a
it?
blank.
It's all right. I know when you say it, I'm gonna go, oh yeah, but I can't. Is it like an asylum or something?
Yeah, the Kentucky.
Kentucky something or other asylum. I
Uh,
can't remember either, and that's okay.
it's the big one that everyone wants. We were supposed to go there. We were going to all go there.
And it was $1,000.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Remember, it was $1,000 for 10 of us to stay overnight. It was like 8 hours that you were allowed to stay overnight. It was
Mm,
$1,000, but you had to have 10 people. Uh,
wow.
what is the name of it? The asylum.
That's all right. It'll come to you. Don't
Oh
worry
man,
about
I
it.
cannot believe I just drew a blank on it. It's like the number one place in the United States. Jeez, oh Pete.
No, Ray is not here because he started a new job, Lisa. He's fine. He's
Uh,
actually thrilled. Hi, Carol. Carol XO, it's good to see you. Let's see what Stefan said. Done a Ouija board at Borley Church years ago, and the name which presented itself was Alice. Years ago, I watched a TV program on Borley, and the name of the vicar's daughter who was murdered was. That's cool. Yes, $1,000 is having fun.
Waverly. Waverly.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, Waverly. Yeah,
I knew I
it's like
recognized it
I
once
know.
you
I'm
told
like, why can't I think of the
me.
name of it? It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, Waverly Hills. I mean, look at that
Waverly
place.
Hills. Oh my
They
gosh,
were
yeah.
getting ready to tear it down, and then
Oh,
you had Zach and them go in there and do their investigation, and all hell
and now
broke loose.
everybody's going there.
Then everyone did it, and then because everyone did it, the owner said, you know what, we're going to fix it up and make sure that it's safe, and we're going to do tours. And
That's right.
now, they're
Everyone's
multimillionaires
really
just on that. So hey, paranormal is not bad for business. It's actually everywhere that had it. Look, the Washoe Club,
These
that was
Waverly Hills
supposed to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, the paranormal and the shows have made, a lot of the places. Like
exactly.
Dr. Ray and I were going to go to, I don't even want to tell you what it costs to stay at the Lizzie Borden
Yeah,
house, but I'm still going to
there's
do it one
another one.
day. But so it's a lot of money.
Amityville house, the Sharon
You
Tate
can't even go
house.
in it. That's personally owned. That's privately owned. The
Yeah.
Amityville
But
house.
still, when
My
you look
husband
at them,
last summer he was going to drive me by there. I'm like, but then we ended up not having to go out to the island. But
yeah, but you
but
look what those houses are worth now if they go to sell them. I mean, they can sell them for whatever they want. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
well,
it's
I got to tell you, houses outside of New York City right now are selling on the internet,
yeah.
and they're having bidding wars with people. So let's see, what was this last one? Was that so they were saying now this is 2012. They were saying that was a myth, and it was because paranormal tourism, pilgrimage, genre convention. I would love to go to a Paracon myself. I told my husband that. I'm
Yeah.
like, when things open up again, I want to go to a Paracon somewhere. I think it would be so much fun. Every city has a few ghost tour operations. I've been on, oh gosh, it was a fun one though. In Savannah, Georgia, when my
Mm.
girlfriends and I stayed there, we went on a fun one. That was fun. Um,
We did the bus one in Chicago that was pretty cool.
oh, that's
The
cool.
like the Dutch bus where you're up top and
Oh,
they're telling you, yeah,
the double decker.
yep, we were on that and they were talking about the different haunted locations and that, and it was really cool, doing
Oh,
that.
hang on one sec. I'm going to do something here. One thing. Where did it go? Here it is.
Yeah, there's so many
There
different haunted locations that, they're worth millions now.
That is a blonde moment. No, that is a Nordic blonde humanoid.
Those are now called alien aneurysms.
I want to go to a Paracon. I have never been to a Paracon. I want to go to a Paracon. So
That's
I
Close
can't
Encounters of the
believe
Blonde Kind.
Oh, Lisa thought you were Dr. Ray. That's so funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Citizen Z, I want to go to Hashima Island. The whole island is abandoned from houses. Where's that? Where's Hashima Island? It sounds Japanese, but that would be cool. So let's see what they're. Every city seems to have a few ghost tour operations, haunted house attractions, and vampire balls abound. Entire towns in America are defined by their paranormal personalities. Oh, Tombstone! I'm dying to go to Tombstone, and that's one of my goal places for this coming year. The Roswell UFO Festival attracts droves of alien enthusiasts. Well, that has to be fun.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Point Pleasant, West Virginia belongs to the Mothman, and Salem,
Hmm.
Massachusetts has a tourism industry on the infamous witch trials. Zombie walks, runs, and obstacle courses. Zombie obstacle courses, along with proms and pub crawls, are weekly occurrences. Where did these people go? What were they doing in 2012? Where was
I've
there a
done I've done pub crawls. Those are fun.
I don't think we did a zombie pub crawl though.
Well, by the
Oh,
last one, I look like a zombie.
maybe that's what they mean. Maybe that's what they mean by a zombie pub crawl. I live in
Last
like
one, I'm drooling on myself and walking with funny limps, and my back's bent backwards, and I'm like,
yep. Stefan, the Witchfinder General plied his trade in the seventh. The Witchfinder General, that was an actual person. That is so cool. It is Japan. Yeah, I thought that. Sharon Tate's house. Was it? Oh wait, yeah, but who lives next door? He
yeah,
has a
they
YouTube
demolished the
channel.
house, but then,
David
yes, I can't
somebody.
think of his name.
I can't either, but he has a YouTube channel, and I
Yeah,
know that a bunch
John's
of
been to it. John went
right,
to it a couple times, and he was
right.
telling me about it.
Hmm.
What is his name?
I can't remember, but I know that I've
Dang
seen
it.
it. I've seen them there, but that was a couple of years ago now. Wow. Yeah. So David Ullman, that's him.
Yeah,
David
there
Ullman.
it is. There it
And
is.
he has a YouTube channel, and so he has people come to his house a lot, and
Yep.
they film
That's an
themselves. And
unusual house that he has, though. It's like
yeah,
3 layers. It's weird. It's like built into the side of the hill, and it's
a lot of
3
it has
layers
a very
high.
dark. The
Well, the
cat in
weird
the
part is one of his interior walls in the base floor,
uh-huh.
actually the mountain is the third wall or the fourth wall.
Oh
So they
wow.
built the walls
Yeah.
up to the mountain. So when you're looking, you're actually looking at the side of the mountain as one of the walls. It's really cool. And that
Okay.
right there will release a lot of energy.
Wow. Oh, the Stanley Hotel. Yeah.
Yep,
Dr. Ray and
Stanley.
I plan to Dr. Ray has been to the Stanley Hotel and he actually sent me a mug. He sent me a mug.
Yep, we were supposed to go there too.
My
That was
birthday.
another
He sent
spot.
me a Stanley mug. Look at that. I want to go. I want to go. I mean that and here I'm trying not to break the mug Ray sent me. But yeah, I would love to go out there. I mean, when I look at the pictures of, and it's not a very big hotel, but you look at it with that
Mhm.
mountain. Oh God, I just want to see that. I mean, it just looks so beautiful. Matthew Hopkins was an evil sod, as was John Stearns, his so-called prickler. So these were witch hunters,
Hmm.
sanctioned witch hunters in the 17th century. There's so much history in England and in Europe that we don't have because we're just a baby. We're just a baby.
Paranormal and barbecue.
What? Oh, it's a
and,
David.
and
That's
David
right. I
Ullman.
see that. And he
Hmm.
cooks, and they're all.
Yep.
That is funny, and that is the truth.
Yeah, there's so many of those places I want to go because with my magnetism for things to happen when I'm there, everywhere I go, it seems like there's that magnetism where
Mm.
paranormal activity fires up. I would love to be in a place that's well known for it just to see what I experienced there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
For me,
yeah.
that's like the ultimate rush is I want to go do that. And it's like,
Mhm,
that's the
mhm.
bucket list. I got to start hitting those places.
Yeah, well, that's that was our plan. So when time when time opens up again, when we're able to, I'm playing with some of these buttons here. When time opens up and the world opens up again, and we can do those things, we can't wait. We
Yep.
can't wait to do them. Lisa says, "Where's the ghost box? I've got it right here. I'll run it for." He was a witch finder. Witch. I love that witch finder general. What do you do? Well, I have a title.
That's pretty
And
cool. I
yeah,
was going to say,
so
I think we had some witch finders in Salem, Massachusetts.
Winchester House in San Jose, California. I have not heard of the Winchester
Yes, the
House.
Winchester house is crazy looking.
Is it?
That's the
Oh,
one
that was
where
the gun.
that's
Oh,
the one where old man Winchester had a fear for paranormal, so he had them put in all. Well, his
it was
wife
a
did.
it was a it was
They
a
have
wife
all
or
these
daughter
the wife, and they have all these doors that lead to no rooms.
to
It's like
nowhere
the one hallway's like nothing but doorways.
to fool the ghosts.
Yep,
To
yep,
fool the ghosts. Yeah, Citizen Z, and that is a good point too. A bucket list is to find places that
yeah.
haven't been investigated. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. That's right. Yeah. So that sounds like I don't know if you can visit that though. Can you go to the Winchester House, or does somebody live in it?
What the heck that was about?
What? I missed something.
Somebody spammed you, so I'm kicking them out of here.
Oh,
Bye
okay.
bye.
Well, that's unfortunate. That doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, the putting in international phone numbers,
Well, that doesn't make much sense.
asking
Nobody's
for
going to call you.
hot ties to call. I'm like, nope. Here,
Nobody,
let me dial you up a number. If
nobody's
the
going to
number
call
for get
you.
the hell out.
We're not going to call you.
No,
Oh my gosh. Well, before I turn on the ghost box, the only other thing I wanted to mention is, and I think I've mentioned this before, that I like to collect old letters, and I have amassed a bit of a collection of them, and I I buy lots of old letters, and I'm talking about from the 1800s, when boy could people write beautifully. I mean, not only their penmanship, but the way they wrote to each other was so gorgeous. And then I've got, letters from um years from one person writing home to his parents, when he's in boot camp, when he's in the military, when he's on a ship, and then when he comes home and he gets married, and it reading the old letters of like one person that somebody saved is like, it's like watching somebody's life, like watching the movie of somebody's life. And so I have been planning and planning for ages to put together videos where I read them, because they're, and show them. They are gorgeous and they are wonderful. And I am going to start filming some of that soon. So
That sounds cool.
yeah, they're beautiful. I love them. I mean, it's just amazing. Oh yeah, thank you, FM Perspective, and thanks for being here. But I just, anytime I go to a garage sale or an estate sale, the first thing I ask is, any old radios, any old correspondence?
Oh yeah.
And they must think, what is wrong with this woman? You know, but I mean, I've gotten old postcards when
Hmm.
people from family. I have old postcards from the very beginning of the 20th century. Not everybody had a phone, not everybody had a way to get across town, and they would literally send each other postcards. You know, the baby was born last night, you should come by. I have one that literally says that. And it's just very, very cool. So I love the old letters. When on read letters when on the voice box.
Hmm.
So anyway, I want to share them with you guys, and I'm going to do that. I hope somebody enjoys them, but I just love them. So
It's a cool idea.
yeah, yeah. So I'm going to do that. I got a frog in my throat. Mm. So anyway,
Aliens eat frogs?
what?
Aliens eat frogs?
Who said that?
You said you had a frog in your throat.
Oh yes, right. Nordic blonde
Yeah,
humanoid.
blonde Nordic
Right, right.
humanoid.
That right over my head. That went. Oh my god! What is wrong with
You're
me?
like, huh? What?
Oh, Cassie, I have an old diary from somebody from the 70s, and it's very cool. It's very cool. And it's not, there's nothing, really bad, personal or bad, and it's really cool. Um, what was I gonna look? Where'd it go? I didn't see the post because I was on the chat in StreamYard, so I never saw it. If it gets held, I don't see it in StreamYard unless I pop over to YouTube. Oh, there's the gray alien. Tangi found the gray alien emoji. You can have mine from junior high.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think you want me to read your diary.
I got a dream journal that would freak some people out.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because writing this book, eh, it's going to have like 20 chapters because of all the experiences I've had. But then I'm also going to have a part there where I talk about my dreams, because I think that my dreams had, in some way, and for a good amount of time, had something to do with the premonitions that I used to have. And the dreams that I've had, I don't have monster dreams. I
Mm-mm.
don't have, but I have very intricate dreams. Like, I know I wake
Highly
up and I'm like,
detail oriented.
what am I trying to tell myself? My
Mm.
subconscious is so trying to tell me something. And so I'm just going to put a chapter in there just because they're just so interesting. And some of them went on for 25 years. The
Oh
same
wow.
dream, the same dream went on for like 25 years. And then there was an ending. One night I went to sleep and had a dream that ended that dream, and it never came back. It's crazy.
Oh
The
wow.
mind is an interesting thing, but I think it'll be an interesting read. I'll make it, big letters, and it'll be easy. It'll be an easy, fun read. Oh, Cassie, thank you for joining my channel. You're so
There we
sweet.
go.
Oh, I haven't had anybody join in ages. Thank you so much. You're a doll. Thank you so much. My life
Yeah,
is so boring.
I had somebody tell me, that because I always had these very vivid dreams. Like the one dream I had, I got shot, and
Oh,
I woke
God.
up and I could still feel the feeling of warm blood trickling on my leg, and
Oh,
I could smell the gunpowder and the burned flesh. And
I hate when you have a dream
it
like
was
that.
like I woke up when the gun went off, and I was like just shocked. And the
Mhm.
weird part is 2 weeks after that, I literally got shot in the leg.
Oh,
So
geez.
after that,
You got a
somebody
premonition.
said, you need to log your dreams.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
that's
haven't, and why I said it would freak people out is I've got a dream log, and it's basically like a diary of all my dreams and stuff when I have
mhm,
like the real vivid ones.
yeah,
And I think I've got all but three of my dreams checked off where something happened from the dream in real life. So it was
wow,
one of those where it's like, I try to log down as much as I can. I need to log the last one I had, which was really weird. I fell
mhm.
backwards off something, and as I was falling backwards, I just felt all of a sudden the fear just faded away, and it was like peaceful, and I woke up real quick, and
Yeah,
it was like,
that's and you know what they'll tell you though,
uh,
that's your muscles. That's your
yeah,
muscles, right? Yeah,
yep,
that's we've all had that one where all of a sudden you feel like you fell down and you wake up and that's your muscle. That's a muscle thing. That's crazy. But yeah, those sound like premonitions, you know,
yeah.
then I lived with that a lot throughout my
Well,
younger life.
the biggest one that I had, and I feel that it was something was telling me what my future was going to be, and this is the weird part. In my dream, I'm working at the bar doing security. Somebody backs into the owner's car. I go out, I see them, they start driving away. I jump in my truck and I give chase.
Oh
And I'm
jeez.
calling the police and following them. And we get to an intersection, and a drunk driver runs a stoplight and hits me, and I roll over and land in the cornfield upside down.
Oh
And I
my
wake
goodness.
up. Now, I remember the kind of car, the color of car, and everything, and I've got this logged in my dream. I moved back from Illinois 2 months later and started working at that bar that was in my dream.
Mm.
Now, the weird part is the owner's car is the same color as the one that was in my dream.
Oh.
So the next night I was supposed to be off, and she wanted to call me in, and for some reason I said, you know what, I'm not coming in. That night, somebody backed into her car. A customer chased that car. A drunk driver hit that car, rolled it over. The person died in the cornfield upside down.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
You
Bringing
you
back
can't
memories,
deny
Tommy. You're
you
bringing
can't
back
deny
memories.
when stuff like that corresponds with it. And I actually
That's
have what the dream was and what happened
yeah.
that corresponded with the dream later in time.
The thing is with that, you have the dream and you think it's about you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I had
And
a
it's not
similar
always.
no, it is right. I had a similar dream about my brother was going out west to Arizona to visit his friend, and they were going to go up to Tahoe and go skiing. And I had a dream, and this was during the Olympics, and this was a long time ago. And you can look it up. This happened during the Olympics, and they were going to go skiing. So I go to bed, and I have a dream that they're skiing down the hill together, one in front of the other, and then a snowcat comes and runs over one of them. And I wake up and I don't know which one of them it is. And I'm so upset. Now, my mother and my grandmother both have the same history as I do with the paranormal. So the next morning, I call my mother and I tell her I'm so upset. And she's like, well, you know, I'm sure they'll be careful. There's nothing I can do. Your brother's on the plane. He's heading out there. And I was sick with worry. And I go home and I don't know if it's the next night and I'm sitting in my apartment and I'm watching the Olympics, and I love to watch the Olympics. And they come on and they go, and the downhill skiing competition has been postponed because in between races, two people were skiing down the hill and a snowcat came and ran over one of them.
Oh
And I'm like,
wow.
I'm so glad they're in. I mean, I felt terrible for whoever it was, but it was like in Austria or wherever the hell it
Right.
was. I called my mother. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
It's not him. It's not
Mhm.
my brother. So that was the thing. In my dream, it was my brother and his friend.
Right.
But in reality, it happened, but somewhere else. But it happened.
It's
So that
almost
it
like the
was
movie.
frustrating. But it's frustrating because you can have a dream like that, and you're like, oh, but you have no use for that information because what are you going to do? Get on the news and go, all right, world, I just had this dream. So everybody who's skiing today, watch out for the snowcat. You know, I mean, you can't tell the
Hmm.
world, you know,
It's
it's
almost
sort of
like Final Destination when you see stuff happening, and it's like you can't tell those people because you don't know who they are. you
It's like
know.
a useless superpower. It's a useless superpower. And that was the other thing I was going to say to you when you said Final Destination,
Hmm.
not to be morbid, but when you have that dream, right? And
Hmm.
then it was you in the dream. You didn't go to work and it happened to someone else who was basically in the place you were in the dream. Do you feel like, should it have been me? Is it
Hmm.
chasing me? You know what I mean?
So
It's,
you're one that you have the deja vu feeling often when
I
people say,
hate
"I hate
deja
that."
vu.
I hate it. I get goosebumps all over my arms when somebody says something, and I'm like, I know the next
Absolutely.
thing they're gonna say.
And my daughter has it worse than me. My daughter has had experiences where she knows she's lived the entire experience
Yep.
before.
Yep.
And she's just agog because she's like, "Oh no,"
Yeah.
"Oh no."
It
And
freaks you
not
out.
necessarily bad stuff, but
Yeah.
it's so disconcerting. It's so
Yeah.
disconcerting. I mean, if there was ever a what's the word I'm looking for? Something that could make you think it was true. That the Matrix, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That whole Matrix thing.
Yep.
Thank you, Elaine. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Yes,
Yeah. I've I've
premonitions are
I've had
dangerous.
that. We
Deja
went to
vu.
the movies and
Uh,
watching a movie that just came out. Never seen it. Never been there.
mhm,
And I had a dream, and everything that they were saying in the movie was in my dream like 3 months before. And it was
yeah.
weird because I'm like, the
Mhm.
wife's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "He's gonna do this, and this is gonna happen." And she's like, "No." And then it happened. My wife will say it all the time. She's like, "Oh, I know, you wrote the movie." And it's like I figured these things out really quick, and it's I don't know why I do it, but it's like I get
Yeah.
that deja vu feeling when that happens.
It's it happened recently. I'm trying to remember my husband and I something, and I said, "Oh my gosh." I said, "I've done this already."
Yep.
I said, "I've done this already. I've been in this moment." And he just like, after almost 30 years, he's like, "Oh."
Yep.
Like, no, really, no, I've done this. I've done this moment
It's
already.
creepy. It's like, all of a sudden you just get that up the back of your neck, the hair stands up,
It's
your arms, the
very,
hair
it's
standing up. It's like, what in the
it takes
world?
it
Yeah.
takes your breath away more than spirit contact.
Hmm.
Deja vu takes my breath away. It's like,
Yeah.
what, what? And the funny thing is that a lot of times you don't even remember. Like
Mm-mm.
I'm like, I know I've done this before. I know this whole
Right.
thing. Here, let me show you.
Right.
But I don't know why. Like I
Yep.
don't remember when I know it
It's
from. Like,
it's almost like you said with the Matrix. It's almost like in a past life you lived that exact experience before, and you're like doing it over.
it's
Is
this
the way I
moment.
feel.
It's me, who I am now,
Hmm.
did this already.
Right, and that's what I mean. It's almost
I
like
can't even explain it. I hate it.
right.
I hate
Yep.
it. I get lightheaded from it. It just that
It's
takes my breath
it's
away.
almost like that movie. If you've seen the movie Tenet, the new movie Tenet,
No.
he's seeing things that have already happened, and
Mhm.
then they go backwards in front of him,
Yee.
and that's almost like what this is. It's like you're going back to a time where you've done this before.
Yeah.
You're there and you recognize, okay, I know what happened here, and then all of a sudden you go backwards and it all happens again, and that's where that deja vu kicks in to where you're like,
Yeah, but
I've
I don't
already
know.
done this.
Like I don't know when I did it, but I know
Right.
what I
And
know.
that's what I'm saying. It's like you
Yeah.
don't.
What I'm about to do in this place, I have
Hmm.
done already. Take care, Tangi. Thanks so much for joining us, hon.
Yep.
Your life is controlled by it. I so try to be
Bye,
kind.
Tangy.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Boop.
sorry, hon. Bye, Tange. Thanks for being here. Yeah, no, I don't like. In fact, my very first job when I got done with college, my very first job was in the city, and I worked at an ad agency just as an executive secretary. So I interviewed and everything. And then the day I came to go to my job, person's walking me to my desk, and my desk was at the end of this hallway. And my boss is office was right here, and behind me was this huge glass window looking out over New York City. And they walked me in and they said, "And here's your desk." And I was like, and it was just it happened like right then, and I knew that somewhere previously, not when I interviewed, because I didn't ever see that spot when I interviewed for the job.
Hmm.
I had been in this moment before, and I was like, thank
Yep.
you. It was terrible timing.
Yep.
Terrible time.
I often
Yeah.
wonder, like when I'm driving and I have those near misses, if it
Mhm.
wasn't, I knew something was going to happen, because you get that feeling like
Right.
something ain't right here, and you get more alert, and then you avoid the accident, and afterwards you're like, how was I able to do that? Did I know that was coming?
Mhm.
It's one of those where
Right.
I often overanalyze stuff. You know what I mean?
I think it's a lot of it's my nature as well. I mean,
Right.
I'm a researcher. I will analyze something. I will something like if something happens here or wherever, I will spend hours upon hours now
Same.
Googling,
Same.
back in the day researching, I mean, that was my favorite thing to do in college. I hated taking tests, but I loved doing research. And so I loved researching papers, and it was one of I'm an information junkie. I just am. I'm an information junkie. That's who I am. So yeah, crazy stuff that we all live with for, I don't know, most of my life. I mean, my stuff started when I was 5, so but yeah, so I'm going to put that all in the book, though. Just it's funny
That's
because I
cool.
made the outline. I made the outline for the book, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, why is there so many chapters?" It's like, "Oh, have I done anything else with my life?"
It's
It's like,
amazing
"Oh,
the amount of knowledge that we pack in and experiences that we pack in, and then when you write it down, you go, how old am I? How did I have all these experiences? How did I, and
oh,
that was one of the problems I had. A lot of people look at me and they go, oh yeah, I'll say something and you're like, yeah, I did this or I did that. I'm sorry, I experienced life.
that's
My
right."
mom says it all the time. She says, Tommy, we could take your life and make it a movie of the week for the next 10 years. The stuff that you've survived, the stuff that you've
Yeah,
experienced, the stuff
a
that you've
miniseries.
went and seen, and it's true. But it's like you
Hmm.
don't realize it until you start writing it down or talking about it, and you go, I'm only 49 years old and I've already experienced all this. It's like, wow,
49. You're a
yeah,
baby.
uh,
Yeah, you know how old
yeah,
I just turned, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm a
right.
baby. I'm a baby that the doctor just put on nitroglycerin. I ain't that young of a baby.
You know what I say? Thank goodness for modern medicine.
Yeah.
Keep your pills with you and enjoy your life. And that's it, because you can. Because
Oh
back
hell, we
in
were trying to figure out
100
if I
years
throw them in the.
ago,
Oh no, we were trying to figure out if I throw one of my pills in the bonfire, does it explode? It's
no,
nitroglycerin.
I don't
It's what
think so.
dynamite's made of.
I go,
Like a firecracker.
but that would be a waste.
Yeah.
Vampire Cynthia. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I have a lot of stories.
It's that humanoid blood in her system.
Blonde, Nordic
Humanoid.
blonde.
Humanoid.
Lisa really wants me to turn on the ghost box. I got told that I should write a book about my music tales. Some of the stories at concerts are absurd. Oh, that'd be cool. I'd read that.
Oh geez.
I would read that. 49 is so young. Yeah, well, y'all know how old I am now. If you've been around here, you know how old I am.
She's
And I'm trying to
27
deal.
again.
Yeah. Well, give me a minute. It'll come back to me. My beauty secrets: moisturize. Moisturizing is life. Okay. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. And I'm serious about that, honestly. Twice a day at least. I wouldn't want to be a vampire, but I wouldn't mind being a Nordic blonde humanoid. which evidently I may already be.
Better than
I
being little green or gray with gigantic lemon drop eyes.
Yes, I look like I'll take that, Cassie. I will take that. I will take that. I look like I'm in my 40s.
Looking at
Okay,
everyone going, nanu,
it's my
nanu.
this extra weight I have on me, but once I lose that, I will probably. But just no, you guys know how old I am. I don't have to
I
tell
wear
you.
my age gracefully.
Hey, it looks good. This salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. All right,
I
let
just
me
wish it
turn
would
the.
all go gray instead of this darkness right here. It's like I
Oh,
get these
why?
dark lines.
It's like you have a full beard with a built-in Fu Manchu.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what you have. I'm just turning on the ghost box stuff.
Got the
Hopefully.
reverse skunk going on.
No, Pepe La Pew. Hang on. I'm just checking my ghost box. All right. Let me see. We'll get this going. I'll switch over now. I am doing this. Let's see. Okay, it's this way. All right. Let me get this set up. You're 40. Cassie's 43. You're a baby.
Been
You're a
25 for
baby.
years now.
Yeah, me too. You know, I know it sounds silly, but I am trying to come to grips with how old I am. It's interesting when there's a 6 in front of your age. It's
Wife
different.
was cracking up. She turned 44, and I got her a cake that said "Happy 22" with the square 2 on it.
Ah, that's
She's
great.
like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Oh, you're 22 again."
That's great. I love it. You're a good man. That is great. I don't want to think about what mine is to what power. That's all right. I just gotta stop. I gotta stop thinking about it.
Eh, it's all a number.
Yeah.
You're only as old as you feel.
Yeah. When you turn 60, you let me know.
Hey, doctor said I've got a structure of a 67-year-old man. So
Jesus. Well, that was nice of him. All right. I'm going to put the ghost box on for a little bit, guys, here as we head down the other way. And let's see what we can get. Once I figure out, let's see. Here we go. I got to change my cam.
get that third cam up.
Oh, please. I watched that thing the other day and it seemed to make so much sense. And then it didn't work. All right, here we go. It is cute, huh? Thank you. He said it is cute. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
That's right, Stefan. It's it. It's about what you do with your life. Hello, spirits. We waited a long time to talk to you.
Come talk to us, spirits.
Who's here with us? Richard? Who's Richard? Tommy? Yes,
Yeah,
Tommy's here.
that's the second time I've heard Tommy.
You want to talk to Tommy? He's listening. She wants. Says your name again.
I heard that.
Yes, it just
That's
said
the third
Tommy's.
time I've heard Tommy.
It said Tommy's here. Tommy's here. Who wants to talk to Tommy? Michael? Michael?
Did that just say "come on"?
Yes.
I thought so. I heard "come on."
You're getting frustrated with us? Tom is here. Help us? How can Tommy help you? Tommy? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm listening.
How can he help you? Tell us how he can help you. Can he help us? How can he help you? You guys told me recently that we can't really help you.
Tell me how I could help you. What was that?
I don't know. Charm or charming something.
I heard charming.
You told me recently we can't help you.
Do you have a message for me?
Do you have a message? Message for Tommy? You have a message for Tommy?
If you have a message, I'd be glad to give it to someone.
Not possible.
Well, I gave Craig's message to Brian.
We're listening. What? Keep trying. One person.
I heard that
What
too.
person? What person?
Is that you, Billy?
Is your name Billy? I have a relative named Billy on the other side too. More people here. Yes, there are more people here. They're listening and watching.
I heard something say speak to, and then I heard more people. So I don't know if it was the same sentence. Did that just say a ghost?
Yeah, and it said something about listening. I'm not a ghost. I'm a person. Cynthia. My name is Cynthia. What?
There's
I'm gonna have to
ghosts
listen
again.
back. I have to listen back.
Yeah, I just heard something and then I heard a ghost after again.
Maybe they think I'm a ghost. I'm not a ghost. I'm a living human.
Good.
Are you a ghost? No idea. You hear that? No
I
idea.
heard that. I heard that.
Do you not
Well,
know?
my name's Tommy. How you doing?
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah. What's your name?
Nathan?
That's what I heard.
Hi, Nathan.
Later.
Later? No, don't leave. Don't leave.
He was out. He's like, later, later, later.
Yes. I'm thinking the same thing. Come back and talk to us. It's okay. Do you know where you are?
I've been to where you are. Do you want to talk to me?
Talk. Yes,
That's what
talk to us. That was weird.
said, wait.
We're listening. It's okay. You're safe here.
If you talk to us, we can hear you through this.
There was a woman's voice, very low, said, "Help me."
I heard the woman's voice. To the woman talking, we heard your voice. Can you speak up?
Try again. I did everything. She said, I did everything.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do? Sounded only somewhat melancholic. You know, it's like, I did everything. And then still ended up where she is or something.
Mm-hmm.
What? Christy? Who's Christy? Oh, thank you, Lisa. You are so sweet. Thank you so much for that. And I so appreciate you being here.
If you need help, can you talk to us and tell us what you need help with? We're listening.
One of my oldest fans, Lisa. Thank you so much. Maybe. Did you hear that? Maybe.
Yeah. I will try to help.
help us? Will you help us? Look around you. Do you see a door or a light?
Follow the colors.
I don't think so.
You can follow the colors. You'll
If you
see the
don't
color
see it yet,
streaks.
if you don't see it yet, you'll see it soon, I'm sure. Follow the light.
I heard awesome.
Just stay calm. It'll be all right. Soon there'll be a doorway.
Open.
And you'll go through it. And you'll go home. Until then, you can stay here.
Do you feel lost? Is that a yep?
She just said lost.
That's what I thought.
This is talking about Richard. Hello.
If you feel lost, tell me your name. I'll try to help you.
What's your name? Heard you whisper hi. Take care, Stefan. Thank you so much for coming. It's good to see you. Have a good night. Yeah, we're probably going to end up here soon in just a few minutes. Spears, we just have a few more minutes. You know, you can stay here until that door opens up for you or you see the light. Thanks, Mom. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know why they call me Mom.
What? That what was clear as hell. It's like, what? Somebody's got jokes.
Yeah. What would you like to say in these last couple of minutes before I shut the radio off? That's all, man. That's all, man.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
I don't know. What are you something? All right, well, I'm going to say goodnight to you now.
That's really weird hearing my name that many times.
A lot.
It was crazy.
If you have any messages for Tommy, feel free to go to his house and give them to him in person.
Yep.
He's open.
I'll be listening.
All right, spirits. I'm going to say goodnight. We say goodnight.
Nope.
Peace. Peace. He said peace. Peace. Thank you. Peace to you too. Peace is what we all want. All right. Peace. I like that. We got a that's all, folks, and peace.
And I'm out.
Peace out. Peace out.
That one was like, I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Sometimes they've had enough, and that's all they've got to offer.
That was cool.
That was cool. I wonder who's got something to say to you. Maybe they'll come and
I don't know. They
let you know
said my name. I heard it several times, and then you heard it.
what.
That
They
was
said
crazy.
somebody's trying to get through to you,
Yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
know.
who, but
I don't
like
know.
I said, maybe in your dreams tonight,
Yep.
somebody will come and
Or I'll get some kind of signal tonight.
yeah. All right. Well, we've been on for over 2 hours, so I think I'm going to call it a night. But thank you, Tommy, for hanging out with me. I
No problem.
appreciate
I
it.
enjoyed it.
A lot
I
of
had a,
fun. A lot
had
of
a lot of
fun.
fun. I needed
Awesome.
it. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm glad you were here. You made my night. And thank you, everybody who has joined us tonight. And you all know who you are. And I love you all. And I hope you all have a very wonderful, happy new year. And we'll see you very soon, I'm sure, hopefully for card readings. And don't forget to follow Joker's Nation. And you all have a wonderful night or day. Thank you for your support because I appreciate it more than you know. Good night,
Much love
everybody.
to all. Good night.